What's going on, y'all? RJ with RJ's Trades. We finna get straight into the weekly watch list. All that I ask that you are watching this on YouTube. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you watch this on Instagram, make sure you guys like and share. All right. So getting straight into this, man. If you guys can check the links in the description, has my Instagram. Have over 700 helpful informational posts. Join my free Discord. We're gonna get some money, man. Okay. So I'm gonna go through and show you guys exactly how I look for this stuff every single week, right? Every single week I show you guys how I look for my plays, okay? So, always starting off with SPY, you have to know what's going on with the overall market, okay? So, some news in the market this week. I'm not a news guy. I hate news. Trade the charts. The chart's going to tell you. But you do have to be aware when certain things are coming. So, FOMC is on Wednesday, so watch out for that. That can and will make a big move in the market. Whichever way it goes, it really don't matter, y'all. At this point, you take a look at SPY, straight to the charts here. Guys, you missed the market crash, okay? If you wasn't buying, like I was saying, buy on the way down during the market crash. Don't try to time it and say, oh, it's going to get down here, it's going to get down here. You can't time this stuff up, man. And this is why you have to know charts. You have to understand technical analysis, because if you was looking at the news and just watching news, you would think that SPY is still down. You don't know that SPY done already recovered. SPY is only about 40, 42, 43 points away from all-time high again. Guys, we've eaten up the crash. Like, if you didn't invest, you missed it. You missed it. And I don't know when your next chance is going to be. I mean, of course, you'll get some dips, but when we go back down here, I don't know. It probably will take something catastrophic. It'll probably take something catastrophic to get back down here again, guys. So take that as a lesson learned, man. Please buy on the market crash. You had a lot of companies that gave you some great deals, like Meta. Look at where Meta is. Meta is back at $600. Meta came down to under $500. That's a steal. Meta's gonna be $1,000, man. But let's get straight into the watch list, all right? First of all, SPY, all right? SPY has started kind of going on a little bit of a tear, a little bit. Broke this little downtrend that we were in. Okay, so at this point, it's just pushing up. Okay, where's the next key level? Like, you got a little high point right here. As far as other touches, not a lot. Okay, little level at 575, 576. So you still have some room to push up there, about $10 more. Would kind of like to see a little pullback, of course, but you might not get it. SPY's kind of been on a little run a little bit, okay? So my current thoughts are bullish. If I look at QQQ, same thing, man. On a tear, you're getting close to this high point up here, around 493. Could see a little pullback there, maybe come back and fill this gap, but I'm bullish. I'm bullish, right? So my thesis is bullish. So what you got to do when you get the overall direction that you think is going to go, you got to find plays that correlate with that same bias, okay? So since my bias is bullish, I'm going to be looking for plays that I think can be bullish, right? I'm going to be looking for bull flags on a daily and 4 hour. I'm going to be looking for a falling wedge. I'm going to look for momentum. I'm looking for momentum, right? So to capitalize, whether that be day trade or swing trade. Right now it's been more of a day trading environment just because things have been so volatile, right? So I'm looking for bullish type plays, and what better to start off with than PLTR. Man, PLTR has probably been the strongest stock on the market throughout the crash. They're right here at all-time highs at 125. I believe they have earnings this week. I might be wrong, but I believe they do have earnings this week. What is it going to do at earnings? I don't know, but they've been on the tear. There's nothing else to do besides play higher highs, guys. I mean, there's nothing else to do. But they have been strong, so definitely going to be something on my watch list. PLTR for sure. Nvidia looks decent, but not really a trade setup, in my opinion. I don't really see a trade setup that I like, right? So we are kind of starting to try to make a little bit a series of higher lows a little bit here, but you do have some room to push possibly You up right here around the resistance at about 115. If you get above that, you can go to 122 possibly, but could be decent above 115 if you hold above. So we couldn't hold above on Friday, but we'll see. Not really something that I like a whole lot. Apple, I don't really like Apple right now. ACB, BA, Tesla. Tesla is one that I love. So if you guys were paying attention to what I was posting last week, I was saying, oh, please watch Tesla. You know, don't miss it. Right? So Tesla right here, still on the watch list. Still on the watch list. You just wait for this thing to break out. Right? So Tesla this is called a range. Okay? So yes, this range is pretty big because Tesla is a stock that moves a lot. So the range is expected to be large. But think about the range as kind of like you compressing like a freezer bag or something, right? So you compress that bag that you done closed, and when it pops, it's gonna fly, right? So if we break above this area up here, looks to be around 294 or something like that. Next resistance I have is 303, and then you'll probably get a straight shot to 325. So Tesla for sure. Watch Tesla this week. One of my favorite watches this week. I can already tell you. DIA, don't really trade that one. Amazon, I don't really like this a whole lot. Kind of like it's in a little range too, but I don't really like it a whole lot. Google. I'm not seeing a whole lot for Google that I like personally. Let me see here. Nah, not some I would play. Meta, not really. Snow. Microsoft went crazy. MU might be interesting. So I see a couple of things here for MU, right? So let's clear this off. One thing I do see with MU is you do have this like support type area for MU, right? This was a support, so now it will turn to a resistance, right? So this is called levels. Levels are places where buyers and sellers are going to sit. Use previous data to determine what might happen in the future. So since this was a support in the past, when it comes back, you're looking for it to possibly be a resistance, right? But this one's kind of tricky. Because it also has a gap, right? So we do have a gap to fill. Up to 86.5, right? So right now, MU is at 80.72. So if MU catches some momentum, we could ride this thing up, bare minimum to 85, right? So I'll be watching MU. This week above 81.5. See if we can ride the wave a little bit. I kind of like that one. I'll be watching that one for sure. Coinbase is another one that I actually like this week. Coinbase, this is a classic chart pattern right here called a bull flag pattern, right? So we broke out right here, and now we are forming a bit of a flag, okay? So we're forming a little bit of a flag pattern on Coinbase. Now I imagine Coinbase is probably down a little bit because I see Bitcoin came down just a little bit. But if Coinbase was to break out, it can go. Especially, I would say I would take a risk above maybe 210. Above 210, I wouldn't mind taking a risk on it. So I do like Coinbase. Kind of just put an alert for like 209 because it can move fast. Bull flag pattern, right? So remember what I said. When you have your thesis, you look for setups that confirm that, or setups that have that same type of bias, right? So since we think the market is bullish, I'm looking for those stocks that have the upward momentum, those stocks that have the bull flags, right? Because those are going to be more likely to work, right? Trading is just a game of probability, so we're putting the probability in our favor, okay? You got NEO, you got Lyft, Uber has done pretty good. PayPal, FSLR, XYZ. I'm kind of back to SPY, okay? That's really the stocks that I really go through. But I'll come through here and look through just some miscellaneous one, like some banks, okay? GS. I'm not in love with that at all. Let's see what else we got. Let's check Walmart. Let's check some Dow type stocks. Walmart actually looks kind of decent above 99.6, but nothing that I absolutely love there. Let's try FedEx. Nike. So it looks like I'll be kind of scoping out what the market kind of does this week. Honestly, not a whole lot that I love. Tesla, Coinbase, Palantir. Those are my three. Let's go through those one more time here. I like those three. Tesla, range play. You just need it to break this range, right? So around 294, 295. Palantir, they have earnings this week, so be aware. Be aware that contracts will be more expensive on Palantir this week because they have earnings. But for a day trade, I mean, above the all-time high at this point, it's really all you can do is play the momentum above the all-time high. Okay? So you got Tesla, you got Palantir, and then you have Coinbase, all right? Coinbase above 210, I would take a stab at it here just in case it wants to run. Look at this perfect bull flag pattern, right? But when you are watching, when you're watching Coinbase, you kind of got to watch out for Bitcoin too. So Bitcoin did kind of pull back a little bit. So maybe Coinbase might have pulled back some in the little pre-market. It might be down closer to 200 right now, which could even be a dip by depending on, you know, where it opens up at. So we'll see. But those are my three picks for this week, man. FOMC is this week. Trade safe. I will be day trading right now, guys. Once again, if you watch this on YouTube, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you watch this on Instagram, make sure you guys like, comment, and share. I hope this thing is helpful. I go through and show you guys exactly what I do to prepare for the week. I'm going to be studying some more to prepare for this week, get the group prepared. Make sure you guys join the free Discord, man. We're going to be getting money all week long, man. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and follow or subscribe, man. I'll see y'all later.